Hey everyone, I am back from my little hiatus. I took some time out to unwind and, get myself in a good headspace. I've been out watching and listening to the people, and I will tell you this, the air is thick with emotion. I'm sad to see the state that the world is in right now, but also excited to see some normalcy, with businesses reopening and people reconnecting. It felt comforting. It felt good to see that, people speaking with each other, having some drinks outside. And I'm also a little anxious because we still have the rest of the year, ahead of us, and we don't know what that's going to bring. So that can be a little bit scary as well. It's just so hard to focus on any one thing right now because it's just so much happening. I kind of feel like, when you're in a movie and you're kind of at a standstill and everything around you is just buzzing by, it's like you're in a daze. And I can tell you, the little time that I took out for myself to hang out with my family and friends, it was much needed. I felt like, I'm me again. It was comforting in the sense that we weren't talking about the virus or police brutality or just all the other crazy things going on right now. We just kind of had a little, as temporary as it was an escape from just day-to-day tragedy. So it was just nice, we laughed, we joked. It was just amazing. We ate and had a really good time. So I really, I needed that. And, while I was out and about, I, popped my head in Brooklyn and I went to visit this vegan restaurant that my sister insisted that I try out. It's the SeaMoss Cafe at 63 Whipple Street. If you guys get a chance to go there, and I'm urging you, please check them out. You have to try the vegan chopped cheese, the loaded fries, and the banana nut punch, just to wash it all down. Everything there is vegan, absolutely delicious. I know they were trying a salmon dish. I don't know how long that's going to be on the menu, and that actually is not vegan, the salmon. So if you go there, that may or may not still be on the menu, but I know they were just trying that out. I think that's their only non-vegan dish. But absolutely, the food was just delicious. The portions were, perfect. And, as we were eating, they actually gave us samples of other items on the menu that they had. And when I tell you, I'm not a fan of banana nut bread, but their banana nut bread, so beautifully done, light and fluffy. Guys, you have to give it a try. But the owners, Danny and Bear, absolutely amazing guys, and they actually sat down with me for an interview, which I'm going to play for you guys right now. I decided to come to Brooklyn today, and I'm at a new vegan joint, not super new, maybe 4 or 5 years new.
Well, it's been around 4 or 5 years, formerly known as Bushwick Grind, which we still have in the window, and they're still the owners. They gave us the opportunity to come in and change it up because they kind of got out of the coffee business a little bit for a little while, and they liked what we was doing. I was friends of the owners for a long time. They liked what I was doing with the SeaMoss and everything, so they gave us the opportunity to come here and showcase what we have.
And I want to properly introduce the two co-owners. I'm speaking with Danny, and right next to Danny is Bear. Bear, you want to say hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, so I know you got it from the previous owner. It was a coffee shop. How did you guys get together, and were you both vegan, or one vegan, one non-vegan, and became vegan? How did that happen?
Oh, well, with me, I'll let Bear go. Well, with me, I was never a vegan. I'm still not technically a vegan because I might indulge in salmon every now and then. But once I started taking the SeaMoss, when the COVID started, I started taking the SeaMoss. As more I learned about SeaMoss, they said it's not good to really have, dairy or animal products. So I started cutting that out of my diet. I started feeling a big change. the previous owners. She is a vegan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's a vegan, and like I said, she was just happy what we was doing. So we came in here, and more than just a vegan restaurant, we call it is vital foods. We have everything that's vital, so that's why we do have salmon on the menu.
So you say technically vegan, Danny, and I asked technically vegan eating fish because the fish can't run; they can only swim. So you don't partake in any other fur babies?
No, not at all.
Okay,
definitely not.
I've been vegan for 7 years. I started the lifestyle training, and I was meditating, and I wanted to reach higher levels of meditation. So I was referred by a very holistic person that told me I had to fast and I had to cut meat out my diet. And so he told me fast for 2 weeks, and I just never went back since. And this cafe was inspired. I met Danny online on Instagram, and he was selling SeaMoss, and I knew what SeaMoss was doing. And while COVID was happening, he gave out a great business opportunity for anybody who wanted to, get the SeaMoss out there and make sure people had it in their house. And I was delivering everywhere from Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Long Island, and that's how we started the cafe.
Now, I know a lot of people, once they become vegan, and for whatever reason, I mean, each his own, I have a lot of friends who were vegan, and then maybe 3 years into it, they just said that they had an urge for meat, like their body needed meat. What do you think about that?
No, a lot of people are miseducated, and the thing is, a lot of people don't know what full is. I think people misunderstand their body being full of something, the difference between being full and being satisfied. Like veggies and fruits sustain you. They sustain the body. You won't have that feeling where your stomach is tight and your stomach is full, but if you eat a lot of food, you'll have that full feeling. So I think people think more that being full is about your stomach being overcapacitated to where it can't take any food anymore. Than being sustained, meaning you have enough vitamins, minerals, and grains in your body to sustain you, so you won't be malnourished.
Well, I've been vegan for over 17 years now. I consider myself a junk food vegan in the sense that I eat a lot of packaged foods. Mm-hmm. I cook, and my full plant-based meals would usually be in the evening, but usually mornings, I'm not gonna lie, it's Dunkin', the Beyond Meat sausages, usually tossed to bread, even though it is technically vegan. If someone wanted to start cooking more, what would be an easy way to kind of start cooking your own foods instead of maybe going to the supermarket buying packaged foods? Not that they're all bad, in moderation. Mm-hmm. It's good, but if I wanted to maybe start making more home-based meals, what would be something that I can do so that it doesn't seem tedious? Because I think a lot of people who are vegan, they think it's very tedious cooking, getting the foods, it's expensive. What would be your take on that?
I'll let you take that one.
Well, it could be challenging at times to, mix it up and have variety, because you don't want to have salad every day.
Yeah.
And you want to have some things that's different. But now, being vegan is a lot easier because there's a lot of things that taste a lot better now, as far as the cheeses, the cashew cheeses. You want to make some mac and cheese, as we do here. You can have mac and cheese. We have there's an array of a lot of things. Like, for instance, the
roasted cauliflower.
The roasted cauliflower, which we call buffalo chicken. We roast the cauliflower. We put the same buffalo sauce on there. You get that same satisfaction out of it. So there's a lot of things that you can do now that's vegan. That is, and like you said, you have the Beyond Meats and things of that nature. And you could do a lot of ital stews with a lot of different vegetables, and your curries and your jerks to get that type of feeling, so you're not missing out on things. Where a lot of people, like you said, they want to eat meat because they feel like they're missing out. I'm eating the same thing. You have to be a little creative doing this. And one thing about becoming vegan is it does open up your mind. When you start putting them dairies and them animal products in there, you do become more creative, and you're excited about it, and you just every day you just try to do new things with it and be creative.
And I think people are more worried about protein than anything. Because protein, people think, oh, I need protein, I gotta eat meat to get the protein. But if you think about it, what do the most strongest animals have? Like bulls, cows, they're humongous. Horses, they're strong, their muscle structure amazing, and they eat no meat. They all eat greens. So People think you're getting secondhand. It's like going to a middleman to get greens. You're going through a cow to get greens, but you can go straight to the green.
Well, speaking of protein, I know a lot of my friends too, especially when they're working out, they say that they need the protein, but I've never met anyone who is protein deficient.
Hello.
So you don't see that, but they don't promote that because I guess the meat industry wants you to believe that you need animal products in your body to be strong.
Correct.
But then with that comes the hormones as well. So you're taking that into your body as well.
And the stress of the animals and whatever disease they might carry, because you don't know, they're not checking these animals for diseases and cancers and all kind of,
And a lot of our young girls who are, developing early too and starting in menses pretty early.
Even young boys now, they're developing little breasts, little man boobs as they call them, and things like that. That's from the all the chemicals they put in there.
And Dan, I don't want to put you on a spot again and make you feel bad like me and Bear are double teaming you, but what about this technically vegan? Do you plan maybe in some years to become full-fledged?
Well, you know what it is about vegan? It's like, I'm not mad at it at all, but I feel like
you can't be mad if you're vegan.
I don't like putting a title on anything I do.
Okay.
Right? So if one day
that's what my husband said.
I'm having a piece of salmon, I don't want somebody to be like, oh, you're not supposed to be eating that. You said you were vegan, And then I believe that the vegan terminology that America is using now is just basically took from the Rastafarians, from the Aitul way of living.
Okay.
So that's why we have vital foods, and the word, Aitul comes from, vital, things that are vital for your body. So I'd rather say I'm living the Aitul way of living.
Okay.
And I would rather go with that right there.
I like that. I can dig that. Yeah. That's pretty cool. But I just, are you guys on Instagram, Facebook?
Yes,
people can follow you?
Yes,
you want to give that address?
Yeah. Before I get that address, though, one more thing I'm going to say about the food is that, like you said, people are always feeling like they need to go back to meat, this, that, and the third, because you can eat all the food you want, and sometimes it's not going to stop your cravings. But when you're on the SeaMoss is going to fulfill all of them cells in your body and make you feel more full, because your body's going to be more satisfied. So incorporating the SeaMoss is very important with your diet, as long as what you're eating. But
I just had one, which is absolutely delicious. Never had SeaMoss in a smoothie before, but that was delicious.
Right. So, you'll feel more satisfied throughout the day, especially if you have it in the morning. You'll miss them cravings. I was a big junk food guy, potato chips, little cakes. I'm always stopping in the deli, buying all this little stuff off the shelf. I don't even have the cravings
like
for that no more.
My God, that's me.
Yeah, I buy my little Debbie, all of that, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
This is new for me, but I used to do all that crazy stuff, But I don't have the urge for it no more. I look at it now like.
And you really owe that to the SeaMoss?
Yeah, I owe that all to the SeaMoss, 100%.
Cut the cravings.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
yeah.
wow.
When I get a little craving now, I have like what I gave you, the banana bread or whatever. That's sweet, so it's satisfying. You don't have to eat a big piece. A little bit goes a long way.
Okay.
Because we have soursop, moringa powders. Now soursop kills parasites. Sugar causes parasites called candida, which attack your brain and your nervous system and make you want these things more, make you crave sugar and things more. So SeaMoss and soursop and moringa kill these parasites.
Okay.
Aid with the anti-cancerous.
Well, Danny and Bear, I want to thank you so much for speaking to my listeners out there in Yellow Shoelaces, and I want to give the address and the social media sites for this restaurant.
Dr. SeaMoss Cafe, one word and no accent mark. I'm at Bear Essentials, BEARSN Chills, and that's D Gray NY.
Yeah, at Instagram.
Thank you guys for listening, and I also again want to thank Danny and Bear for sitting down with me to discuss and share the benefits of SeaMoss and a vegan-vegetarian diet. And I wish them much success with Dr. SeaMoss Cafe. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, until next time, remember to always stay intrigued. Bye.